So if you are a W-2 professional, you make maybe 400K plus a year. Airbnb real estate is a great way for you to invest in real estate and save on taxes. And this is a much more recent phenomenon. In July of 2025, they passed a new tax bill that increased bonus depreciation from 40% to 100%. So it makes short-term rental investing a very, very powerful wealth building strategy because you can save 5, 6 figures in taxes and have a property that you own and can enjoy and can earn cash flow from.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I'm excited again today, excited to have another guest that's going to take us to his world and going to show us things from his perspective and let us know what he's doing in real estate. And so I'm very excited to introduce you guys to Mr. Michael Chang. Mr. Michael, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Quentin. Thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So much. Thank you for being here. And like I said, man, I really want you to take us into your world. I want you to tell us what your main focus is these days. If you want to give us a bit of an origin story of how you got in real estate, we love origin stories. And if you want to tell us what markets you're operating in as well. So I would love, man, just if you would take us into your world.
Oh, great. So my business revolves around short-term rentals, investing in Airbnb rentals. And what we do is we invest in short-term rentals, not just for the cash flow, but also because it's a great way to offset your W-2 income. So if you are a W-2 professional, you make maybe 400K plus a year. Airbnb real estate is a great way for you to invest in real estate and save on taxes. And this is a much more recent phenomenon. In July of 2025, they passed a new tax bill that increased bonus depreciation from 40% to 100%. So it makes short-term rental investing a very, very powerful wealth building strategy because you can save 5, 6 figures in taxes and have a property that you own and can enjoy and can earn cash flow from.
Absolutely. I love it. What markets are you in, Mr. Michael?
So we're personally invested in Tennessee, in the Smoky Mountains National Park, Sevierville. We own 6 properties there, and we have another property in the Catskills, north of New York City. Which is where I live. We also have about 30 apartments that we control and operate in Philadelphia. All in total, Mike and I, we started this business in 2016. We have 37 Airbnb short-term rentals that we operate. They did about $2.3 million.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So listen, you've built something definitely that's successful. You didn't told me the numbers. I would love to know what are some of the key strategies that you've used business wise and personal as you continue to grow and be successful and build. What are some of the strategies that you're using?
And what do you mean exactly? What strategies I'm using?
I mean, are they, some people say, persistence. Some people look at the, being, more disciplined when it comes to the deal, but not acting emotionally. Some people have personal strategies of working out in the morning, meditating. Like, so what I'm just trying to get to some of the
I got you.
strategies that you've used, yeah, to be successful. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, no, I don't wake up at 4 o'clock and do the Saratoga spring face wash thing. That's not how it's successful. I would say having a very defined why you're doing it. I have 2 young kids. They're 4 and 2 years old. I came from a, a, a pretty decent finance job. I was an M&A investment banker at Citi and Merrill for 10 years here in New York. Got my MBA from Cornell. And, we're making good money. It wasn't a cash flow issue. It was like, how do we actually be good parents and build wealth and have enough to support our family? Investing in real estate, building business is not straight to the right and up, right? There's a lot of challenges along the way. To your point about persistence, consistency, all that I think are outputs of the underlying goal that you have. And for us, it was very much of we want to be good parents and we want to, provide for our children. That's why my wife and I have done this and be able to see it through over the past 9 years.
Absolutely. No, that's a strong why. Your kids is a strong why, building a legacy and a life for them. I think I read somewhere, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that you don't spend a whole lot of time working a day, maybe like an hour or so that you work a day. Did I read that correct somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, managing a business, it takes maybe an hour or so a day between my wife and I. We still work on it. Um, we have to hit our material participation requirements. We have to spend a minimum of 500 hours a year on the business just for ourselves, so that we can hit those tax benefits. For investors, though, you don't have to hit 500 hours. You can, if you do 100 hours between you and your spouse, that'll work. So that's a common kind of avenue that people take the tax benefits. But we built this business now where it runs a lot on its own. We're working on the business, not in the business, and we're able to spend that time building other businesses, like our uh, our education business through STR like the best. That's a program that we've launched to help other high income professionals be able to take advantage of the short-term rental tax loophole so they can buy real estate, save on taxes, and you know not be stuck at work all the time and spend the time with their family and their kids.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, thank you, man. Again, thank you for the strategies. I mean, the things that you just dropped, I'm sure people are like, okay, this sounds good. And I say this a lot on a lot of the podcasts that I host, because you talked about your why. And I tell people all the time, if you know who you are, you know what to do. When you know what your why is, when you know what powers you forward, any situation you put yourself in, you'll know how to get yourself moving forward in that situation because you know your why, you know who you are, and you know what to do. And so I appreciate you sharing those strategies. Now you mentioned, it's not always easy in real estate. There are some adverse times. I like to tell people there's a journey to success. And so I know, there's times when things get real, when things go sideways, when you have to pivot fast. Is there any stories that maybe you can share for our viewers of a time when you had to pivot fast, when you faced adversity and you had to overcome it?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, I mean, COVID, right? COVID, March of 2020, we had a book of business that in 2 days, Airbnb kind of canceled all the reservations and the entire company, the entire country shut down. So that was a very, very difficult time. And I remember, you know, the folks that are married and listening to this, you have those, kitchen table conversations with your spouse. right? You sit there and, kids are asleep. You sit there and you're like, hey, honey, like, so what are we doing? So, like, what are we gonna do here? It can be a lot of different situations. It's not always just business. I think everyone kind of remembers those kitchen table moments where, it's very late at night, you're just sleeping, you're in your PJs and drinking a tea or something, and you're just like, let's figure this out because at the end of the day, it's just you and your spouse, right? Like ultimately, all that responsibility comes down to you guys. Your kids look up to you, and like maybe your people in your business they look up to you. They're there to you're supporting their families. A lot of responsibility, and we're faced with a pretty difficult situation. Like, what do we do? Without kind of getting into all the details, I think the biggest part of how we were able to kind of get through it was, I think one, we had each other, and we both believed in each other. We both were like, hey, we can go do this. Like, we can do hard things. This is going to be a tough situation, but let's just figure out a game plan. Let's just like executing it out, and we'll figure it out. I think one just kind of like instead of like fighting with each other, it's just like, hey, let's like work this together. Let's work on it. Like we'll figure it out. Like we're smart people. Two is just like keeping the relationships. Like we had relationships with landlords, lenders, and I think a lot of people just kind of walked away. I think for us it was like, hey, let's just like everyone is in a bad spot right now, but we'll get through. Like everything else, like we all will get through it. And the people that get through it the best are the ones that are able to keep those relationships, work constructively with people, like find solutions that work for everyone, right? Because those relationships are the ones that like are going to compound over time and you keep with you. Those relationships have paid, have been great for us after COVID. People like saw like, hey, Liz, they could have went left, but they chose to kind of walk straight and work with us. And we figured it out. We all came on ahead and just built a lot of trust. And you get access to deals and terms and conversations you would never get access to if you were just kind of like, well, look, kind of playing the short term game, right? I think for us, it's that long term compounding that we believe in. I think lastly, just being financially responsible, right? We didn't, even when times were good, we didn't kind of over leverage ourselves. We always kept reserve. We always knew that things aren't always up to the right. So, having a good rainy day fund and just making sure that, okay, things could go bad for a year, but we have enough to cover it. And, we're going to outlast other people because we know other people aren't as responsible for us. So let's just stay the path. Let's keep the relationships. We have enough in the bank so that like, we can weather the storm and let's just continue to execute because there's going to be far fewer competitors once we get out of this. And that's where we can thrive. And luckily, that's what ultimately came to pass. It wasn't even years later; it was just months later. Because by like August, September of 2020, like things really turned around, and we were a big beneficiary of the travel boom that happened afterwards.
No, man, you really just gave them the blueprint to long term success. And one of the things you mentioned was trust. I tell people all the time, trust is built in drops and lost in buckets, and so it's just built with little drops. And you, like you said, these long term relationships that you built, you was able to bank on them when you needed it, and they was able to look at you and say, "Yeah, Mike and Liz, they're sticking to the plan." And they're building something phenomenal. And we see now the success that you're having. And so I would love to know, what are you most focused on solving or scaling next? Like, what is the next real goal for you and Liz?
Yeah, I mean, for you continue to I think one raise good kids.
Yeah,
That's always ultimately the goal. They're 4 and 2, so they're young. They need us. So
yeah.
be there, be present. They have for us to like gather the financial resources so that like we can provide for them. Like that's so that's really the goal here. But from a business perspective, continue to grow our portfolio. We continue to buy property that are good Airbnbs and provide those tax benefits. We're growing our social media, our brand, so that we can tell people like, hey, like this really, really works. And I think a lot of people see that stuff online. They see the Lamborghini and they see kind of all this stuff that's supposed to attract their attention. Like we're not those kind of people. I don't own a Lamborghini. What I do have is, we have a very defined strategy that we use, that we help our students use, our community use. Hey, if you don't know how to invest in real estate, if you don't understand short-term rentals, if you don't understand how to enjoy these tax benefits, like it's complex. There's a lot of different moving pieces, and people out there have like what I call point solutions. Like, hey, we'll help you find it. We'll help you do this. We'll help you do that. In our view, it's not really the best solution, especially if you are beginner or first time investor. You really want a comprehensive integrated solution where all the pieces are connected, especially for us. Like we've done it all ourselves 7 times.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So when we share with others what we've done and they utilize our system, it's not something that we like artificially created. Like they just use what we use. It's the same people, it's the same process that we use for ourselves, where we put our own money in there. This is an investor money. This is Mike and Liz hard-earned money, like you said, drop by drop by drop, right? And there's something to be said for if you're using your own money versus an investor's money or things like that. When it's out of your hard-earned money, like you look at things a lot differently. I think that's for us like been a recipe for our success. Like we treat what our clients buy and how we advise is with our own, right? We look at it like, hey, we understand that first one, and we want to make sure that it's ultimately a success for you.
Absolutely. Now, I've heard you mention, some of the relationships that you've had, and I would love to talk about relationships for a second. Like, how do you build relationships? Like, when it comes to growing your network, what's made the biggest difference for you with your relationship building?
Yeah, it's funny. I actually I just got off a call with a vendor that was looking over some of my data and giving me some advice. And I think what building relationships, a lot of it is like you can't just take. You give too. And even if you don't can give at that point, you lay out a plan like, hey, how do we kind of work together? And so just give you an example. And literally right before, we hop on the phone, they spent 30 minutes with me looking at a bunch of stuff. They gave me some really good value actually. Like, hey, we looked at it like this looks good, this looks a little off. There's some just easy tweaks here and that like could make a really big difference. And I was like, hey guys, like that's great, really, really helpful. And you could just be like, great, thanks very much, appreciate it. Have a great day, right? Which I think some people do, or like just like extract value on that 30-hour long call. But for me, it's like, hey guys, this is super helpful. I really appreciate it. We're definitely going to implement this. But like, I'm sure if you can find 30 minutes, like something just glaring, I'm sure there's other stuff. So why don't we, 700 call, let's set up for consulting. Let's take a month, 2 months. Let's set up like five hours. Pay you for it. Go deeper into my business. Help me kind of figure it out, and we can lay out a plan. And I think that's just like a better way of doing business because day one, get off the phone like, okay, yeah, like it wasn't just a waste of time and just like try to squeeze all the information out of us. Like everyone's smart, everyone knows that. And two, it's like, hey, one, you like compensate for value. Two, you're like, you're just thinking long term, right? Like I know if you're able to find something in 20 minutes, like let's take 2-4 hours. Like I'm sure there's other stuff there too that you'll find. And even if they don't find anything, at least it's like I know that like things are going well. So I have that peace of mind at least. Anyway, that's how I think about relationships, right? Like you have to, it can't, and then it can't be just one person making money, right? Never going to be a good relationship. Like you both have to make money, you both have to create value for each other, and that ultimately is like what I believe is the recipe for long-term success. 'Cause ultimately, like money is money. It's like it's great, you need it, but it's those relationships you build along the way that one makes business more enjoyable. To like, you have a group of people that you work with along the way, and everyone is successful. It just makes it more fun, and ultimately be more successful when you have like a group of people that are pulling for you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely think people are the real currency, right? Like the way you just said it, people are the real currency. Building these relationships, making sure there's reciprocity. I live by old, ancient proverb that iron sharpens iron. Like being around people who you can rub up against that's going to make you sharper is the way to go. And so relationships are everything in this space. And so I
It is.
echo
It sure is.
exactly what you said. Yes, sir. Listen, Mr. Michael, this has been good. You have given us amazing content. Before we wrap, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, or collaborate with you, what's the best way for them to reach out to you, sir?
Sure. The best way, if you are want to just follow me on social media, we talk a lot about our journey, our tips on Airbnb investing. It's at Michael Chang, B&B, MICHAEL BNB. It's a check mark on there. So please follow me there. And then if you want to learn more about what we do on the Airbnb investing side, you can go to STR like the best. So STR means short-term rentals. So STR like LIKE, the best, all one word. You see my little logo here, my vest, a little blurry there, but strlikethebest.com. Have a ton of free resources on there. The podcast, we have a lot of really good material where you can learn about the short-term rental tax loophole and see if it's a good fit for you. And if it is, we'd love to talk to you.
Listen, well, there he is, Mr. Michael Chang, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your perspective. We definitely need people in real estate that's doing it the way you are, with a servant's heart and also with just building great relationships. And so thank you so much for sharing today. Absolutely. Well, listen, y'all got the value. Y'all heard Mr. Michael. Y'all know we're going to continue to bring you amazing people just like Mr. Michael. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of this amazing content. So again, Mr. Chang, thank you so much. And to everyone else, we will see you on the next.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.